I've been given the privilege of introducing this initiative showcase, Waka Kotuia. I am very, very fortunate to have had a relationship with this initiative for a number of years, and they are one of our most successful initiatives. I always think about the whakatauaki from Ngaitahu around preparing the future for our mokopuna, and I think this clearly explains for me exactly the commitment and the passion that this whānau has to rangatahi leadership through wellbeing, through physical wellbeing and mental wellbeing, through knowledge, through tikanga, through te ao Māori, through te reo Māori. It's an amazing initiative, and ho mai te pakipaki for Waka Kotuia. Kia ora.
Kei whehara taku manukura, hou mumu topi e ki te ako, pokai ka hanoa, te kawipi nei ko, haere atu koe, ki te muri i te ara e ta whanana i te raki, waiho atu nei au, hai manu makamutu, hai manu hai ai. Te tuatahi ka huringa whakaro ki tō tātou, marei kura, kua hinga atu rā ina nahira, he wahine maia, he manukura kia mātou nei o te kāinga o te puti. Aha ko he Pākehā ia, ko roa nei ia, e kaha whawhai ana mō tātou, mō ngā kōtiro Māori o te kura tuarua o Kuini, nāna no i tautoko i tapu hoa Cherie, ko Cherie te kaiako Māori o te kura, engari nā te tokorua rā i tū ana tētahi rōpū kei wainga i te kura, ko te whānau Māori tērā, te karaihe Māori, ne? Nā reira, tēnei mātou e tangi mō tia tonu ana ki aia, e te whaia, moe mai oki mai rā. O tēnā koutou e te whānau koutou kua whakapiripiri mai ki te whakarongo ki a mātou, taku mihi hoki ki te haukaika, koutou ngā iwi o tēnei rohe a tāhua rire, nei mātou o tākau e mihi atu ki a koutou, ka timata mātou ki te whakamōhio atu ki a koutou kōwai mātou, timata ki au, he uri ahau nō tākau i tipu ake au i reira, engari nō taranaki hoki tōku māma, te ati aua Ngāti Mutu Ngāti Tama, e tahi o ngā iwi. Ka huri, watu turaku ki a koe.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ngā mihi nui ki a koutou i tēnei ahi. He uri ahau no Ngāpuhi, ko te tarai o Rahiri i te maunga, me te marae hoki, ko mga kāhia te awa, ko Ngāti Tuki te hapu. Engari i whānau ai au i konei, i te tauiho o te waka, i tipu ake au, i raro i te maru o Auntie Kethimi i te marae o Omaka, moe mai rā i te kui. Ko Matthews tōku whānau, engari ko Cherie Ford ahau i nai nei, e noho anau ki o Tiputi. Ko au te kaiako o te reo Māori, ki te kura tuarua o Kuini, ko au hoki tētahi o ngā pou, ngā kaiwhakahaere rānei o he Waka Kotuia. Kia ora.
Kia ora, ko heko te rangi te maunga, ko mga kāhia te awa, ko ngā tuki mata whaurua te waka, ko korokota te marae, ko ngā pui te iwi, ko te parawhai te hapu, no whangarei ahau, ko Monique tōku ingoa.
Tēnā rā tātou, he mihi tuatahi tēnei ki te haukainga, ki ngā tangata whenua o tēnei wāhi, no hea au, no tākau, he pika hoki oku, ki muri whenua, me ngā pui hoki. Ko tū mai, taku ingoa, kia ora.
So ko wai mātou he waka kotuia. Basically, we're a group of whānau committed to intergenerational wellbeing of whānau, hapu and iwi. We've had a focus on providing kapahaka in our community for rakatahi from King's and Queen's High Schools since around 2009. And in our humble beginnings, there were very few regional groups from Otako, Murihiku. And so we worked hard. Most of our rakatahi had not had much exposure to Māori performing arts, so it's been a work in progress. In 2012, we became the first Otago group to compete in the National Secondary Contest. So you see, we're a little bit behind the te ratu o te motu, but we're getting there. We've been competing ever since, and at the moment we're working towards taking a 40-strong group to Palmerston North in July. It's taken hours and hours of fundraising, being one of the furthest groups from the south, and it takes a lot of effort. And so that was our basic beginnings, I guess. Ka huri kia koutou o te pūtahitanga o te waipounamu. He mihi nui kia koutou mei koriaki o koutou. That first phone call I think I received asking if I knew of any people working with rakatahi Māori in Dunedin. And there was an opportunity to apply for some funding to support a kaupapa around bullying. And I, again, like our keynote speaker talked about that deficit way of thinking. We don't talk about bullying. We just show them manaakitanga and talk about through kapahaka we share our learnings and teach our culture, our tikanga, our values and te reo Māori. So in 2016, through that opportunity to apply for some funding, we thought we'd better get our act together and become a legal entity. So we established a charitable trust, which our main purpose is to facilitate cultural and educational opportunities for rakatahi and their whānau living in South Dunedin and within the Otako takiwā. We are strongly supported by mana whenua. I'm from Otako as well, and we all wear numbers of hats at different times, but it really is an honour and a privilege to be able to connect our rakatahi who are predominantly from outside of the takiwā. Some, like Kōmene, we've got two other tutors in the group, our main team, and they are both from Waka, living into like 3 generations now in Otepoti. And so a lot of our whānau have been disconnected from their papakainga. And so for Otako to extend that opportunity to embrace our rakatahi under our mana provides a connection for our rakatahi to share experiences on a marae, and hopefully in time when they go home back to their whānau, they'll already have some skills that they can take and build on. So these are our core mātāpono that are written into our trust deed, and pretty much they underpin everything we do. So he iti noa, he pito mata, that just acknowledges that every tamaiti is born with that unrealised potential, and so it's our job as a community, as a whānau, to nurture, shape and provide opportunities in which that seed can grow. Whanaukataka, he kaha uia te kaha, that's from an old narrative, an old ngaitahu narrative from the 19th century that speaks about knowing one's whakapapa. And so that's always a constant focus for every member of our rōpū, to know who they are as a descendant of our tūpuna, the role that they play within their whānau, the role that they play within our schools and within our community and within the whānau of he Waka Kotuia. Manaakitaka nōku te korikori ka kori mai hoki koe. That's again taken from an old narrative, and that speaks about leadership. And it was one of our tūpuna maru saying to his companion, as they were going into an ambush, follow my lead. And so we acknowledge that in an area where we've been impoverished of te reo for over 3 generations, this new generation are taking a lead, and they are becoming the leaders for whānau. And it's through their journey that the extended whānau and others in the community are getting on board, reconnecting with our Māoritanga. Te reo Māori ko te reo te Māori o te mana Māori. We've always had that focus through te reo Māori. Kāre kōrero tū atu tērā. He manawa titi, tōrika ki te hoi, perseverance and resilience, and like our keynote speaker suggested or demonstrated, it's through those complex lives and challenges that rakatahi already have this amazing amount of skills and resilience already. And so if we can get them to recognise that for what it is and build on that, and they can realise that, he morehu tātou, and, ka mate ururoa, kei konei tōnu tātou, e whawhai ana. And so applying those life's challenges and looking at those as skills to take them into the future. Kapahaka is the vehicle to teach, but we know that it's much more than that. One of our lead tutors, Kōmine, he talks to our rakatahi about the 3 C's that are really important. So he talks about commitment. So commitment to any kaupapa, and these are the things that they can apply across everything that they're involved in, whether it's study, kapahaka, confidence, building your confidence, and that comes through experiences. So some of our rakatahi, when they first take the stage for the first time, they feel that ihi, wehi, wana, and they're really nervous. And we talk to them about that's a great thing. Capture that because it's real, it's authentic. You're not just there as a puppet, you are to portray and tell our stories through Māori performing arts. And if you can be authentic in that, when you walk into that job interview, you put on your kapahaka face and you're still feeling nervous, but you're still genuine, you have your own integrity and you carry that through. So all those transferable skills. Communication, that's a big one. Tumai's also my son, he's 16 and he grunts. So we encourage our rakatahi to learn how to express themselves, and we have social media platforms, and so a yip isn't enough. We need to know, or a nah. Who is available to do this, and we get these nah. We want to know haha ai. So they're learning how to express and communicate in a fuller sense. And we've added a few more C's. Some of them are off, we can't say in public, no. But we talk about the community connection. So again, that awareness that even though you're rakatahi, there's a wider community out there, a wider world that care about where you're going in your future, and so it's knowing how they can connect to a wider community. So basically our mahi, everything we do is about growing our future leaders.
So it was impossible to talk about all the things that we do in this short space of time. What started off as a couple of hours a week on a Monday after school has grown into a couple of hours every single day. We have different things on, whether it's performances or fundraising or running some of these programs that we're going to talk about soon, mentoring and other things. So we're going to break it down to about 5 broad areas and talk about those. So one of those areas is tuakana taina, and in particularly mentoring. So we have these students come through our 2 schools, and we have them as part of He Waka Kotuia for 5 years. And then what happens to them next. So our tuakana, we keep them as part of our rōpū, we give them the responsibility of coming back to teach their taina in whatever way that they can, whatever their skills are that they can bring back to help out our group and for those taina to aspire to what their tuakana are doing. So we have We have mentoring where the tuakana can come back and work with the taina after school, and we find out from the taina in particular what it is that they want to focus on, and then we target those tuakana. So if it's maths that's an issue, we get those students back who may be studying maths at university, or we know we're really strong at maths in their time. If it's a PE write-up, then we've had students who have been really top PE students, we get them to come back in and work in with our taina. Our academic achievement is really high consistently every single year. So despite the amount of hours that our students are putting into kapahaka and all these other programs, what goes on behind the scenes is equally as important in terms of their schooling. We want them to come out at year 13, we want them to finish school and have what they need to carry them to the pathway of their choice. So academic achievement is the high school teacher. It's something that I definitely keep an eye on, and our pass rates have been in the high 90s every single year since we came together. As is our retention. Very few of our students will leave school before the end of year 13. They want to be engaged, they want to be part of this, but they know that to be part of this, they need to keep up to date with what's happening at school as well. So we do place a huge importance on that. Our tuakana coming back are amazing role models for our taina. They do look up to them. They keep an eye on what they're all up to. And Keanu, who's on the screen now, he's a recent graduate of Te Panekiretanga, and our students, they know what that is because Keanu's on that pathway, and Keanu only wanted the jacket that Komini used to wear, so that's how he got on that pathway. But whatever it takes is great by us. And the succession planning obviously is, and we've said to these two here today, what are you going to give back? What are you going to come back? What are the skills that you're going to bring back to help the taina and actually take some of the mahi off our shoulders as well? We're quite keen to sit back and let them continue to run this and for us to support them. Yeah. And another one of our focuses is hauora, and again with the extra support that we've had through Te Pūtahitanga, some of these programs have been able to be put in place. So Haka Fit we run every single Sunday, and that's for our performance group. So at the moment it's the team who are preparing to go to the Kapahaka Nationals, and the fitness that they do is a lot of them are saying, what do we have to do there? That's got nothing to do with kapahaka. Of course, we know it's everything to do with kapahaka. To be on that kapahaka stage, they do need to be fit. And the sessions we run are very broad, wide range of things, a lot of games and then quite serious fitness too. They're run by whānau members of ours, and those whānau have developed their skills, many of them through our Whānau Fit program, which was another initiative that we set up with a personal trainer she was actually still a student at the time, but she was a young girl that we knew well through our community, and we knew that giving her this opportunity would equally help her as much as it would for us. And now she has her own clientele as a personal trainer, and these Whānau Fit sessions have continued on a koha basis, and she's available at any time for whānau who want to look at their own program. And Paulette and I keep putting it off, but we probably need to go to her at some point. The sports teams, we have obviously with the commitment that's involved, particularly leading up to nationals, a lot of the students miss out on playing for school teams for different sports depending on what days the practices and things are. So we organise social netball teams, social basketball teams. We've played touch as well. The Dunedin summer's not so great for touch every Tuesday though, so we've looked at the inside venue games as a bit of a trade-off for those. We've run tournaments, so the photo that's on the screen there is a netball tournament that we ran for whānau. Anyone could enter a team and come along, and it's great. It's great to get whānau involved. It's great for the students to shine in different ways. So some of our students who might not be the strongest performers yet, but they might be amazing netballers or amazing basketball players, that you get to see their skills and their development in another way. We've been involved in community events such as the Relay for Life, Hope Walk. We've done fun runs, like we have a stadium to surf in Dunedin that we've done as a group in the past. And we've also, we know equally as important as the physical wellbeing is definitely the mental wellbeing as well. So Safe Talk was something that we did last year as a group. I think we had over 50 of us enrolled, and that was a suicide awareness workshop. We know that our rangatahi talk to each other when they're in times of crisis, and we wanted to give our rangatahi the skills that they needed to work through things with their friends and help them through those moments of need, those moments of crisis. I think that's it for those.
te ao tūroa, he mea matua tēnei, ko te nuinga o ngā tamariki ko tipu ake i ngā taone nui, and kei waho i tō rātou whenua ake. So we've run a series of programs where we go to places of cultural significance in our rohe, in our takiwā, sharing the stories of our tupuna, and just connecting to our whenua. Mahinga kai is another huge area, giving our rakatahi some of those opportunities to learn those skills that they may need to feed their families in the future, and to think about sustainability of our kai as well. So just building on the notion of our rakatahi as kaitiaki of our resources. And if they take a particular interest in our awa, because they know that they love eating pātiki, whatever, tuna, then hopefully they will be at those iwi leader forums talking about our water right issues, ensuring that our species are protected and our waterways are maintained. Leadership. So this really is running through everything we do, but some of the program Waiwai Kai Pakiaka, I think that was our most recently funded through Te Pūtahitanga, had many sort of aspects, he mahanga hua, kua puta i tēnei kaupapa. So originally, we didn't sort of reach our rakatahi till they're at that high school level. And like I've mentioned before, kapahaka has been dormant in our region. We haven't had an adult group since I was a child. Our emphasis, our efforts have been on working with our rakatahi to grow future tutors, future leaders, so that they can start setting up and vying for positions on the national stage. So we needed some regional development, some community development in Māori performing arts. And we thought we could do this through this program, looking at teaching those sort of Māori movement and natural skills a lot sooner, before they get to high school. And so that was the original concept, but it's multifaceted in that the rakatahi themselves, so Tūmai and Monique are both kai kōkiri. They both run the program, and we just float around the outsides troubleshooting, but even then we're pretty redundant because they've developed some really good skills on how to manage issues as they arise. So really we're just in a mentoring role, but they do all the hard work. We've had planning wānanga, so they've developed the program themselves. They've come up with all the activities and the ideas. Then they facilitate. They're planning every week. They're planning what they're doing for the next week, and reflecting on their practice. And so it's skills like Cherie as a trained, experienced teacher that's able to talk with them about how to adapt their practice. Titirei that's about internal leadership. So within our rōpū, we have about 70 that turn up on a regular basis. And that's on a Monday, every Monday between 3 and 5. We have the school hall at Queen's is full, 70 of our rakatahi. And within that 70, we have a tira tauwhāinga, a competitive team of 40. And then within that 40, we have a titirei team of 10. And so that changes every year. And those 10, we take them away. We call them retreats because they like that, and rather than a wānanga. And we take them away. We have some fun. We get to know them. They get to know us a bit better. And we do some planning and really get their buy-in so that they understand this is their whānau and how do they want it to look and what role do they want to play, what do they need from us and what do they need from each other. So they have all those conversations and they feed that back to us. So that's our Titirei program. Ngā manu kōrero, he kaupapa whakahirahira tēnei kia tātou. In 2010, we were the group that sheepishly put our hand up. We were coerced to host the Nationals, and that was huge. It's the first time it had been hosted in Dunedin in the 46 years it had been established. So for our community in Dunedin, our Pākehā community, they didn't even know this competition existed. And so it was great to bring that to them, to get tautoko and support on board. But through that, it was about giving other rakatahi that opportunity to be exposed to this national excellence the national level of excellence that is displayed. It's we think one of the most important kaupapa for Rakatahi Māori, celebrating success as Rakatahi Māori. So we encourage and support every year as many participants as we can in our inter-school contests and our regionals. We actually run the regionals as well when it comes to us every second year. And last year was a great reflection. Upon reflection, we looked at our contest and we had our teina on the stage competing as competitors. We had our tuakana as MCs on the stage. We also had tuakana judging. So we had judges, MCs. I had a team in the collation room with me learning how to learn the ropes around the collation, because those prize givings are crucial to the success of any event, and you need to have a tight collation team. And we also had ringawera cooking the kai for our judges and our manuhiri, and they were all our tuakana. So we were thinking, well, we can almost ready to step back and let this new generation run these community events for our rakatahi. So that was quite exciting. Oh, te mahi tamariki? Oh no, te reo me te tuakiri Māori. So really for many of us who weren't raised with te reo Māori, we understand the value and the importance. Some of us have taken opportunities to grow our proficiency and have raised our tamariki in the home with te reo, and then those tamariki have become role models for others in our community. And so we're always talking to tamariki about te reo succession, about intergenerational transmission. What kind of parents do you want to be? Do you want your tamariki to have te reo? Well, you've got an opportunity now to get on board a lot sooner than we did, and you're going to be 10 times bigger and better than we could ever dream of. And so creating opportunities such as ngā manu kōrero, kūrereo rakatahi, aligning to Kotahi Mano Kaika, the Ngaitahu Māori language strategy. We have supported and been supported to provide kūrereo rakatahi, and that's really get these like-minded rakatahi together. And it's a dating program. No, it's not. But it really is about those like-minded rakatahi getting to know each other, sharing some really cool memories of being out and about. Really, that's the guts of it, because when they grow as our iwi leaders, they can draw on those childhood memories together. So it's connecting kids from Te Taipotini, Waitaha, Murihiku, Otako, and mena he tamariki, he rangatahi no Te Tauihu, haramai. But really that's what that focus has been about, the next generation of te reo leaders. Te mahi tamariki, because we dream up these ideas, we see the skills and the talents of our rakatahi, and we just want to take it further. And so we applied to Tauta Whiri, and we were successful in receiving funding to create a rakatahi album. It's called Te Mahi Tamariki. It's named after the whare tūpuna o mua ki Otako. So the very first whare nui at Otako was Te Mahi Tamariki, and that was named in acknowledgement of the claim. And it was acknowledged then by H.K. Taiaroa and his contemporaries that it was going to take at least another generation before Te Kereme o Ngaitahu, the Ngaitahu claim, would be given any attention. So it's been 20 years since settlement, and so there was a lot of sort of synergies around that. And so the name of the album is Te Mahi Tamariki, to acknowledge the mahi of the past and the mahi of the future. And so we looked at providing opportunity for our rakatahi to gain experience in composition, in producing and recording their music, and to look at their passions as potential career pathway. And so we engaged with two professional musicians, Troy Kingi and Maratike, and so they worked with us. We ran a number of wānanga to compose. I was in the kitchen, we didn't interfere at all, so it's cool. And they just wove their magic with our rakatahi, and they have come up with a number of compositions. They're still in a draft form, and we're looking at releasing our album on the 13th of July, which is the last, according to Dr. Rangi Mātāmua, who will be with us in Dunedin on that date. It's the last phase of Matariki where you celebrate before we go into the phase of whiro. So we're going to go out with a bang. So no mai haramai, haime nei, wāte ana koutou. It'll be at the Glenroy Auditorium. We're all booked and ready to go. 13th of July. Yep. Oh, yeah. So the kids are going to talk about waiwai kaipakiaka and our Indigenous exchange in Canada. So we'll talk about that. Oh, ka nui tira? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just wait.
Kia ora. Okay. Through He Waka Kotuia, I've been given many opportunities, such as travelling to many places like Canada, to experience their culture and the way they perform. I got to pick out the similarities between our culture and theirs. We also went to America and throughout New Zealand, not only for Kapaka Nationals, but for wānanga such as Kotuia and Rangatahi Symposium. I've also had the opportunity to be involved in waiwai kaipakiaka, which has given me the chance to develop my leadership skills and the confidence to speak in front of a crowd like now. Before I moved to Dunedin, I grew up in Whangarei without knowing how to speak Māori or understand any Māori. But through the waita that we sing and just being around kapahaka, it's led me to be more passionate about getting to know my own culture. I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I've had. Not many 15-year-olds would get these kind of opportunities like I have. Yes, I'm super lucky to be in it.
Kia ora tātou. Yeah, so through He Waka Kotuia, like Monique just said, we've travelled to Canada, travelled all around Aotearoa, especially to Waipounamu. Also, whenever any rugby teams, cricket teams, sports teams arrive in Dunedin, the City Council calls on He Waka Kotuia to pōwhiri them into the airport. So we've met the All Blacks, the Pumas, the Black Caps. Hey? Oh, yeah. Both Prime Ministers on multiple occasions. The Dalai Lama. Yeah. Oh, and next week we're going to be welcoming Ed Sheeran to Dunedin. Tiny Temper, if any of you are into rap. And He Waka Kotuia are also looking to expand our overseas trips. So there's possibility of going to China in 2020. Also, we'll be going to Rapa Nui and Hawaii. Those will be trips coming in the near future, and there'll be cool, awesome experiences for our rangatahi Māori, arakatahi Māori in Otepoti, who don't really get any opportunities to be Māori or express what being Māori is to them.
So have we got 2 minutes? We don't have time. We've got 2 minutes. So we've got 3 minutes. We're just going to skim through this. This is Te Pai Tawhiti. You know, we are aspirational. We want to continue to build on what we have, continue to grow. We do all this in our spare time, so we all hold down full-time jobs. What we really want to have is our own kura, where we can teach our rakatahi in the way that we know best, and we can, develop that unrealised potential. And so koira tō mātou wawata. We're just going to play, this is one of the waiata from our album, and it was written by these two girls who would never come out of their bedroom to sing.
Well, I have to say I was privileged enough to introduce this group this afternoon. I'm more than privileged to end this session. What could I say, what can any of us say about all of the aspirational things that they have described to us today about the future? The future is well in hand for our mokopuna, our rangatahi, with the type of leadership skills that this group has, the passion, the commitment. Because when I was watching that video just then and I saw all of the rangatahi together, I kept thinking as a mother, and I've been part of a group very similar to this one for a number of years, I just kept thinking work, so much work. And so if you can get past that and look at what they are giving us and look at these rangatahi and how amazing they are, we are so fortunate. Whānau Ora commissioning, whānau ora funding, whānau ora is all about this group. I am so proud of them. They're an amazing group, and they diversify every single time they have their kids together. They think of something else that they need in terms of their leadership. It's just amazing. So congratulations. I really enjoyed this session. You are amazing. You've just been told this morning that Wave 8 is open. Yeah, open-ended funding. So, you know, all of your dreams and aspirations, come and see us. Kia ora.